Coronavirus continues its deadly rampage across the globe and created havoc in our lives and economies. And not only that, it also imprisoned us in our own homes. But we have to win this war against this deadly enemy. Here are the 5 steps daily where I would like to discuss how we can prevent COVID 19 and protect ourselves from this lethal pathogen which is coronavirus. This short video is very unique and important, and you have very helpful information. Please watch this video completely and share with your friends and families. Quickly tell the structure of this video. The first section I would like to talk about some of the challenges and questions related to COVID-19 and coronavirus which has not been answered yet across the globe, whether it is America or Europe or anywhere in the world. Number 2, I'll talk about how badly what it does to the human body with the latest evidences from the people who recovered from this deadly disease COVID-19. And then finally we talk about the 5 steps and what are the daily 5 steps and how important and effective it will be to prevent this COVID-19. Discuss the first challenge, which is we know that the spread is not because of the people who are infected already, but the people who's called the asymptomatic carrier or called the silent carriers. They are the normal people who just got infected, this pathogen entered to their body, but they don't have any signs, any symptoms so far. So, but the question is still remain is how among these asymptomatic carriers or the silent carriers, are all of them the spread or viral shedding is the same way or a different way, with the same intensity or different intensity? So that's the one of the challenge. Second is that those people who are recovered from the disease COVID-19 already gone through this the painful journey, how safe they are to back to their normal life? Are they going to get infected again? That's another challenge, another question. Number 3 is when we are back to normal after this lockdown period is over, hopefully very soon, then what are the chances of getting back this virus, this pathogen, or this disease again? Number 4, when we are thinking of getting the vaccine or even antibodies, injecting antibodies, whatever the theories or the research is going on, but how effective that would be, whether it is a vaccine or in the injecting antibodies. About the challenges with the asymptomatic carriers, which is the silent carriers. So the normal people who just get infected with that and they absolutely have no symptoms. So what it does these viruses? So we know primarily these viruses enter through the nose and then going to sit on the cooler places like the nasal cavity or sinus cavity on the upper respiratory tract and try to attach to with our body cell in the upper respiratory tract. So this pathogen, the lethal pathogen, also has the antigen which is really triggers our attack from our immune system. So immune system try to attack this when they try to attach and try to enter into the hijack in our replication cell of the replication system of the cell. But the problem is the white blood cells which creates antibodies. So there are a specific shape of antibodies is required to attach with this antigen. So particularly in case of this coronavirus, as this is a new virus, so to get a particular shape of antibodies which can attach to this antigen of this pathogen to kill the viruses takes time. So because the body is not known, the memory cells of the white cell doesn't know this virus before, so it's not ready. So based on the person, if the person is a healthy person, having no health issues, and then immune system is pretty good, pretty stable, then that we have seen that when people get infected, the body started making the antibodies with the special shape to deal with. As soon as they ramp up with the antibodies with the proper shape, they take care of this virus and then try to stop them advancing and kill them mostly. So those people will first of all will see whether is there no symptoms or maybe a very mild symptoms and then recover. At the same time, for these people, the viral shedding intensity is very low because these are beaten up by viruses. from there. Talk about the asymptomatic careers or the silent careers those people are having, who has the underlying health conditions, or their immune systems are not that strong or weak immune systems. So when those people get infected initially, this virus, as soon as these viruses enter to their body, they go on a rampage. Because remember that in order to, when the body's immune system respond as soon as the pathogen enters to the body, that you need to have a special shaped antibodies to attach to antigen to kill these viruses. So the white blood cells in our body, which creates the special antibodies, and particularly in this case, when we need a special shaped antibodies to attach to this pathogen, attach the antigen of this pathogen, that takes time. For particularly with this weak immune system, it takes longer. So when the response time is longer, these viruses really goes on a rampage and fast track to take over the cell, to inject the RNA into the cell and hijack their replication process and creates millions of copies to move forward. So by the time these people recognize that yes, they're having symptom, they're having this COVID-19 disease, they are really shedding the virus with high intensity. These viruses on a rampage and winning, they move forward with the fast track, and from the upper respiratory tract towards the lower respiratory tract, tracking through the windpipe and try to attack the cells on the lungs. So when they try to attack the lung cells, the body's immune system really goes desperate and try to launch a full-blown war against these viruses. So which is kind of like trying to launch a lot of cytokines on these viruses on these cells to control without any particular target. So it creates the cytokine storm, and that cytokine storm also causes a lot of damage. The one is it creates a lot of debris, because if these proteins are not proper shape to attach to the antigens, then it creates a lot of debris, and also it can in this process also kills a lot of good cells in the lungs, which is ultimately creates the holes. So after there are some holes in the lungs, then the liquid can go easily inside the lungs and creates the pneumonias in the both the lungs, that worsen the condition of the person, and then the person has to go on a ventilator in order to breathe. And if the immune system still could not able to control that stage, then ultimately these viruses move forward, even destroy the complete respiratory system, and then that stop then the process the process of distributing oxidized blood to the different organs become a problem, and then different organs start failing. And that how important it is our immune system who ultimately going to deal with these issues. So in order to have our immune system work at optimal level, our mental state and stability is very important, because the people who are under panicking condition, who are having under stress, and they are panicking about the situation, and their blood pressures are not in control, their anxiety level not in control, their immune system is not going to work at optimal level. So we have to keep these in the balanced state of mind, that our anxiety level, our stress level, our blood pressure level, everything should be under control in order to have our immune system work at optimal level. So these diaphragmatic deep breathing exercises I'm going to show in this demo is really key to that, to maintain our stability, so that we can empower our immune system to produce the antibodies quickly and work optimally, so that we can deal with these lethal pathogens. Here I'm going to demonstrate the few exercises, deep breathing or diaphragmatic exercise, deep breathing exercise to help our immune system to strengthen our diaphragm muscle, and which is in turn helps our lungs function. So the first one I will say to start with is rub your both hands for 30 seconds, and then rub on your face like this for 5 times. This will really activate your immune system as well as your body chemistry. So do this for probably 5-7 times. So for 30 seconds and then rub on your face like this. The second one I will do is the deep breathing at the prostration position. So my forehead and nose touching on the ground and my both heads on the side, and deep breathe so that you take the deep inhale and exhale while in that position. Let me show you how. This is how you do for maybe 5 times. Then the third one is the nostril breathing. So I will close one side and inhale from the other side, and then close other side and exhale, and then alternate that way. So let me show you how. Do this 5 times as well. Then the third one, I will do the diaphragmatic breathing, which is like my diaphragm muscle, to strengthen my diaphragm muscle. You see that when it is also called the purse sleeve breathing. So I will inhale through the nose, but then exhale through the mouth with the purse sleeve, like that. So let me show you how. So when I'm breathing in, I'm making my chest out, and when I'm breathing out with the lift, pulse lift, then I'm making the curve. So realizing my full lungs capacity. So this will help really diaphragm muscle, to strengthen diaphragm muscle, and in turn help the lungs function, which can efficient. And then the fourth one, I would say, to we will do the breathing with the fast breathing, so the inhale exhale with the fast rates, right, like this. So combination of these exercises do for probably 5 minutes or 5 to 10 minutes, in the sequence of maybe in a combination of that for 5 minutes for twice a day, or thrice a day for total of 5 to 7 minutes. That will really help us to keep our lungs function very active, and this will facilitate our immune system to make more antibodies quickly. So this is mainly we're arming our immune system to quickly make antibodies when any lethal pathogens enters into the body, including the coronavirus. So this really will help us, and I would really suggest, or highly suggest, that do this exercise sitting like this, like on the hard surface, sitting like this on the leg. If you cannot sit for your, depending on your health conditions and body weight and all, so then I would suggest the sit like the cross leg this way, that way, and then do this exercise, or sit on the hard chair, but do not do this sitting on the couch, or do not do this after taking the doctor or any health professional or any expert in this field. These are based on the my opinion latest findings on the coronavirus and the COVID-19, and also based on the healthy practices I have been using for many years. I leave the decision up to you whether you use or not. But if you are having any underlying health conditions, you must consult your doctor or health professional before using any of these. But if you like to use it, I would say that why don't you start from today itself? These will really benefit you in a great way, and we can save ourselves, our families, our nations, and the humanity at large. Let's join together to win this war against this enemy, and also subscribe my channel. Thank you very much for watching.